Hey everybody, and welcome back to watching the world's longest car build series, right? So last time we left off, I started building the center console, and I got it pretty much put together. It's taking me quite a long time because I've had to redesign it a couple of times. Anyway, it's taken me a long time, but the most important thing is making sure I get this center console absolutely perfect because it will make or break the truck. So I am doing a lot of second guessing myself, and I had redesigned a lot of stuff as well. But I'm finally happy with the design, and now it's time to do the upholstery. Now, after I put a nice chamfer on all of my edges with a router bit, I first started by layering the outside layer of each face with a sheet of cotton. This will give the material behind it a nice soft backing, so it's not just like you're touching hardwood all the time. It feels more complete like this, in my opinion. And I'm not an upholstery expert, and I should have taken this to my friend who does upholstery, but part of doing this for me was really important to do it myself. That's what I had to do. I had to suck it up and bite the bullet and do the upholstery work myself. Do I think it came out nearly as good as it could have if I sent it to a professional? Definitely not. But am I happy with the results? Absolutely. So after I put the cotton over everything, I just stretched the material using some adhesive glues and staples. This is gonna hold the material in place, prevent it from walking around. This should hold up very well over the test of time, I hope anyway. And you know what a great time to go ahead and do our ad while I'm doing work. I want to say thank you for Lucy for sponsoring today's video. If you're not familiar with Lucy, Lucy is a more refreshing alternative to smoking, dipping, or chewing. It's a nicotine gum that comes in pomegranate, wintergreen, and cinnamon. Very delicious, they're very discreet, they're very refreshing, beats the snot out of chewing or dipping. And we're not here to make you feel bad about what you do. That's not the goal of Lucy here. Just to provide you with a much more refreshing alternative. And it is. Now you can go to lucy.co, use my coupon code DIWD, and get 20% off your order. So thank you, Lucy, for sponsoring another video. Longtime support of the channel, much appreciated. And we can transition back into the music and to the work. Now after I upholstered the outside of stuff, I needed to do the inside of the center console. So I got a felt-like material and began inserting it, gluing it, and stapling it to where it needed to go. This gives the inside of the center console a nice, soft, plush feel, that's not like a wood grain or anything like that. And you can throw whatever you want in there. And now that everything is upholstered, I need to make sure that everything still lines up, all the holes line up, because I really wanted the center console to be designed to be taken apart and put back together in case I ever want to upgrade it or add on more stuff. Or if something breaks and I need to repair a piece, I don't have to rip out nails or break the box apart. All I have to do is unscrew it, which added a lot of extra time, but it's also really convenient. Also for the lid separator that I made here, it's just a piece of MDF that's been chamfered that I coated in a thin layer of black epoxy that gives it the nice crisp sheen. But that did leave some drips on the underside, so I needed to sand those down, make it flat so it could fit back where it needed to go. Just like that, it fits. And I'm very happy with the front part of the center console. I've got the wiring basically done, so all the plugs work. And I've also built this little individual separator at the very bottom here, just out of some MDF, and upholstered that as well. That way things don't move around when you're driving the truck. All right, this is my favorite part because anytime I get to use my CNC machine for anything other than my business, I'm excited about. So I built these two sandwich plates that are gonna basically clamp in between the rear center console and a small computer that I'm using to run everything in the rear console. The computer will be hooked up to two separate monitors. It's strong enough to play games on it. It'll watch movies. It's got Wi-Fi, the whole 9 yards. So this is a great road tripping truck. And these two plates will just sandwich in between the computer and against the rear of the center console, holding it in place. All right, now that I'm really happy with the rear center console, I can go to upholstering mat. I'm gonna use the same material that I used on the inside of the box, which is this soft black felt material. And I'm basically just gonna glue and staple that, try to cover all the edges that I can to make it look good. Now, since I am making the center console breakdownable, I need to poke these holes through the vinyl material so the screws can go through. If you try to do it with a drill bit, it's gonna catch that cotton layer and twist it all up. But what I did was heat up one of my screwdrivers and poked it through the hole, and not only did it keep it from bunching up, but it's also a clean hole, giggity, that won't fray or tear, giggity. All right, after I tested everything and made sure everything fit the way I'd like it to, it's time to do the powder coating on all the metal pieces that I cut. So I'm gonna take my faceplate here, which added a little bend here so it can hold the computer in place better. I'm gonna clean that down with my wire wheel, sand it down to bare metal, clean it, and then it'll be ready for powder coating. And since I already have my powder coating gun set up for the evening and the oven's already turned on, I'm gonna go ahead and powder coat these extra metal pieces that go on the center console as well. And these are all gonna get a nice black gloss coating. There you have it, the center console is done. The only thing it's missing is the lid, which is gonna be its own separate video because I have been racking my brain non-stop to how I'm gonna top my previous lid. It has to be cool, it's gotta include epoxy, it's gotta include RGB lights. You know how I am. So I have to make the lid over the top cool. It's gonna be its own dedicated video and it will be very awesome, I promise you. But I'm very happy aesthetically with the way the center console has turned out. All I have to do is get my headliner installed and then I can put this in permanently forever. And here's a clip of it with all the lights turned on, give you an idea of how the RGB is gonna look. And that's it. That is the end of today's video. I appreciate you guys for watching and following along. And we'll see you in the next one, which is coming pretty soon. So, love you.